Mustafa is
Uh,
here. Segodi is here. I'm here as well.
okay, so we all know that people complain about Arteta, and I still have the same complaint. Boring, rigid football. And the reason he wins is because it's consistent, boring, defensive. If you play on Arteta's team, you have to track the ball, you have to press, and you have to recover on defense no matter who you are. But it lacks creativity. But this year, he found a way to win. And there are seven reasons. It's not only because of the defensive play, which was fantastic. I mean, they went a stretch where they weren't giving up goals, but it's also because he addressed some of the other problems like creativity, bringing in some other players who go against the system of his play that are free, like Lewis Skelly and Eze, and also because of luck. We're going to get to the 7 points. So let's take it one by one. I'm going to tell you what they are, then we're going to go deep into them. The first one is the foundation of Arsenal's play for the past 5 or 6 years has been defense and has been based around Saliba and what's his name, Gabriel.
Gabriel.
That's how they win games is by not giving up goals and by finding ways to score, especially through Eze. I mean, especially through Saka, and Saka is the number two. Without Saka, Arsenal cannot score goals. And when he was injured, they were really struggling. I mean, they would score sometimes, but they would have to sacrifice their strict rote style of play to accommodate guys like Eze and Cole. But they were giving up goals. So Saka's
Yeah.
return late in the year, he has several key goals. Also, Odegaard. Odegaard is the maestro of the team. He sits back. He sets the tempo for the attack. He sets the tempo for how things move from the midfield, and he's also creative in terms of passing. His return late. I forgot what game it was. What was the game where he had the assist? If they hadn't won that game, they would have been finished. Or was it that they drew the game?
West
They
Ham,
won it, right?
West Ham.
It was the
West
West
Ham.
Ham game.
Yeah, that was an individual brilliance. So you're seeing that this is a team where if they lost any of these parts at the end of the season, they would have been in trouble. Then we have Eze who is not as accurate with passing as Odegaard, but he's more forward and adventurous, and he does what Odegaard can't do. He can unlock low block, and that's what Eze is good at, unlocking the low block with his daring, adventurous runs. But he doesn't quite have the type of control and precision to be the starting number 10 for that team. But he had his games. I remember there was a game he scored 4 goals. So he is a critical part of this team. Then finally, Lewis Miles Skelly, bringing him in at a time when Odegaard was injured and at a time when they were having productivity problems in scoring, also helped them win some key games. Then the final one, which is the most important one, especially since I'm a City fan. That's why I'm wearing the blue. Fuckers, you guys only won because Rodri got hurt most of the season. But credit. But I give you credit because when Roger got hurt, you finally showed what Mr. Warif said. You must bully. You must be psychologically strong. And they were psychologically strong to take advantage of City when they were down and they got their points. What are your thoughts, Afalabi?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, those are seven very astute points, which I
Your
totally
volume is sort
agree
of
with.
low. I don't know if your volume is low. Doesn't he sound low, Mr. Segodi?
Okay,
Does he
No, I
sound
can
loud
hear
to
him
you?
properly. I
Okay, go
think it's
ahead. Go
your
ahead.
side.
Okay, go
o-
ahead. Okay.
okay, so basically, you are right about that. Saliba Gabriel partnership was the foundation. It was the platform on which this title-winning challenge was built, and those guys have been consistent. Even when they were away for a couple of games, Arsenal were able to still continue getting the results. Even when the goal scoring average went down, they were still getting the result. And once Saliba and Gabriel came back, the defensive solidity was there. And there's no title winning team that doesn't build from the back. That's where the foundation starts. So that's a very good point, too. And then you mentioned the bringing in of Izzy. Eze brings in unpredictability. He brings in penetrating runs. He can drift to the left or the right. So he makes opponents, it's like a conundrum. It makes opponents think, you never know where he's going to go. Odegaard is more predictable. So Eze brought that extra X factor in the forward line. So he too gave Arsenal a breath of fresh air, especially when Saka was away. He could drift to the left or the right, to stretch the opposition defense. And then you mentioned
Yeah.
Luis Kelly, which for me was the bravest of Arteta's experimentation, which turned out to be a gem. Using Luis Kelly in the midfield. That boy is physical. He can run with the ball. He can keep the ball. And then, of course, the most important one, Rodri is so important for Man City. Rodri gets injured and then Arsenal capitalize on it. And even when Rodri came back, he wasn't back to full fitness. So Man City were dropping points where they were supposed to be winning. So all these factors, along with a little bit of luck, even because at times Arsenal were atrocious with some games, but with a little bit of luck, I think they were home and dry yesterday. They won the league by basically Man City drawing the game. So I think these are very good points, basically.
Yuri is just cheating. Is that goal that they allowed with the goalkeeper? It's not fair. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What are your thoughts?
The one that upset me the most was the one they allowed against West Ham.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You guys, okay? I'm quitting if they beat PSG. I can't live with that. We won't hear the end. We won't hear the end. Arsenal fans are quiet now. They're not talking today. They're still quiet. But you hear them if they beat
But I think PSG are the favorites, even without Dembele. That team is red hot.
But Dembele is going to be back, right? Is he going to be back?
Yeah, he should be back. He should be back.
Okay, what are your thoughts, Sigurdi, before we go deeper into the analysis?
No, obviously, like when you look at Arsenal, Arteta made sure that he built the spine of the team, which is he needed the two central defenders because he's playing a high pressing team. You need defenders that are really alert, that can be able to recover. That was very important for Arsenal to have those two centre backs. And as well, you look at their midfield, you look at their creativity. Odegaard played a very, very big role for them. And when he was not around, they had a bench that can be able to carry the team. Look at Eze coming into the team. I think he did really, really, really well because this is what Arsenal lacked in the past before they can win the Champions League. They just had one player for one position, which didn't really work for them because if the player is not in, they struggled a lot. You could see when Saka, because Saka was the person that gets goal for them, like really important goals for them, where when they need him, he's there to get them goals. But when he was out, people like Eze were able to carry on with the job. Like you see, like I think that the Arsenal bench played a very, very, very big role on winning this Champions.
But here's a bigger thing about Saka. When Saka's playing on the right wing, even if he doesn't score, you start seeing people like Havertz or people like who's the one on the left, Martinelli. These guys start getting easy goals. What's his name? Gyökeres gets easy goals because what Saka does is he has gravity on that left wing, on that right wing, and he draws people to him. And the connection between Odegaard and Saka is dangerous. They know each other inside out. And even Odegaard will now start scoring or assisting Saka. So Saka is the catalyst of their attack, actually. Saka and Odegaard are both the catalyst, but without Saka, and then when they didn't have Saka, sometimes they started doing stupid things like putting Calafiore to overlap and stuff because they have to do that because when Saka's not there, defenses know how to stop them totally. So they have to start trying to overload the right, and then it creates imbalances and things. So that's another important thing of having Saka, which is why we know that Eze is good, Skelly is good and everything, but they don't have the discipline to keep the team defensive. That's why you started seeing Saliba and Jesus start going 5 forward when Saka was injured and Odegaard was injured because they needed to create overloads to score. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, what Saka does, he acts like a decoy. He draws defenders to him and creates space for the other players. And you're right to say, in Saka's absence, you could see why Arsenal were struggling to score goals. Because what Saka does is, gravity, just what? He pulls defenses apart, creates space. The likes of Trossard will run into space. And even Gyökeres, the moment Saka came back, Gyökeres started making runs you didn't see him making earlier in the season because he knew that players would find him from deep because of Saka's presence in the team. And you can't, it's just like one of those PSG wingers. You never know what they're going to do. They check in on their left. You think they're going to shoot. They take it back to the right and cross. So Saka can be very unpredictable. And I think coming back to fitness just at the right time, at the business end of the season, really helped Arsenal because whether it was Madueke or Trossard or Martinelli, and not just Saka. Saka is just a class above them. He's Arsenal's X factor, I guess. He's Arsenal's X factor, basically.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on Sigurdi?
No, absolutely. What you're saying about Saka is very important because you see Arsenal defends better with Saka. especially on the right side, because you see Saka is able to draw like two players to himself, because when you have Saka on your right side, the opposite team needs two players on him as well. So now the winger for the other team has to come back and help the defender. And then now Arsenal plays much better with Saka when he cuts in and take those shots from the left side, the right side.
Yeah. So I think Arsenal should be favorites coming in next year because City has a bigger problem. It's not just that Rodri wasn't fit. Even if Rodri is fit, I probably you'll agree with me. Losing De Bruyne was one of the biggest problems for City to make up, because not only do you need to have a very good CDM, you need to have a creative midfielder who can pass, who can go forward. And De Bruyne was the best creative midfielder in the world at his height. So they need to figure out that problem for their personnel, because without De Bruyne, even guys like what's his name? Haaland doesn't have the dynamicism. He's a great player, but now he has to just sit in the box and move around the way that maybe what's his name does. The guy that used to play for Barcelona, the Polish guy, Lewandowski. Haaland looks like Lewandowski now. Not because he's not a good player, but this guy was the catalyst of their attack, De Bruyne. So De Bruyne was the opposite of Rodri. Rodri is defensive, post things, and then you take De Bruyne and go forward. So that's what is hurting. And they've always had that combination. It was Yaya Toure and who else before, back in the day, where you have the CDM, then you have
Aguero.
Yeah, so you need somebody who can go forward. So that's what City has to address next year. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
You're absolutely right. I mean, Man City has had a Kevin De Bruyne-sized hole in their midfield for a long time. They've tried their best to replace him, but they have been getting players that are not
before De Bruyne, it was that guy from Turkey. Or somebody else. I forgot.
The guy from Turkey.
Or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah, Gundogan.
Yeah, go ahead.
So they need a lot of control in that area of the field, basically, and they don't have it really. If you look at it, I mean, they don't have that kind of control. So basically, they've had that size of hole there. They've tried to plug the hole, but it hasn't happened for them. So they've been trying all sorts of players, and up till now, his record in assists, along with Thierry Henry, has not been broken, basically. So you can see how important he is to them. So basically, you're right about that point.
You know who they need? Let me tell you something. Imagine Cole Palmer played for City, man. Palmer and Rodri, if both of them were fit. Or even that other guy. They have that other guy from Egypt, not Mamouche. They had that other guy that was playing well at the beginning of the season for City. I think he's he's either from Egypt or something. And there's another guy. There was another guy that was doing well early in the season.
Is it Reinders?
Reinders, yeah. Those guys have to step up their game.
Reinders is Dutch.
He's Dutch, yeah. But can you imagine if Cole Palmer was playing for Cole Palmer is not as good as De Bruyne because he doesn't pass the ball as well. But could you imagine Cole Palmer with City? What do you think, man? What's your opinion about it?
You know, Cole Palmer was a youth player at Man City. He left.
Oh, yeah, they got rid of him. That was a big loss.
Yeah, it was a big loss. He would have metamorphosed to a very good attacking midfielder now if he had stayed in Man City. I mean, his trajectory in Chelsea has been horrible, you know. So, and I won't be surprised if it's sold, really.
You know what Chelsea is? Chelsea is a place where you let the children run the house.
Yeah.
The children run the house. What are your last thoughts, Mr. So drunk now I can't even think of what I'm saying. Sagodi.
No, absolutely. You see the loss of De Bruyne. It's like they killed that combination between De Bruyne and Haaland, because you see most of the goals when De Bruyne was there, most of the goals that Haaland got was from De Bruyne finding him in the box. Like he could find him anywhere. Just like when you look at Manchester United, when they were really good in the 1999, they had Beckham and Dwight York. So Beckham could find Dwight York anywhere. That's why they were very, very, very good at those days. So
you guys know your football, though. You guys in South Africa have been watching England. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had DSTV long time ago. So now, So now you see, you need that kind of player that can really find your strike, has the connection with your striker, with your main striker. If you don't have him, that's why you see City struggling, because everybody just want to do individual things. Like
Guardiola hired me as a consultant. I'll just tell him what you just said. By the way, is Guardiola come back next year?
Who's that?
Guardiola. I think you'll be there.
No, he's going. No.
Guardiola, he was even like
he's going. He will announce officially on Sunday that he's going. I think he has come to the hierarchy.
even after he lost, he was happy. He was like, "Congratulations! I don't try. I'm tired.
I,
My wife divorced me. I don't get time for football again." No. when he,
I
when,
think he's happy for his boy, Oteta.
no, he's happy because Arteta is his boy and he's won. So that's what I like about sports. It's not about I
Yeah.
hate you, you're my enemy. There's enough for everybody. Okay, but I know one thing:
Yeah.
if Arsenal wins next year, I'm not gonna be friends with Warif and Saeed anymore. This shit can't keep happening. All right, let's go to the next one.